Thank you, Chair. Um, Let me remind the members here present that we are commissioners of oath. So whatever that you say can be used against you, whether here or in the court of law. So your honesty will be very, very important in how you respond to our questions. Let me firstly take responsibility of us as government, because we are part of government. And it still puzzles me that a federation like SAFA, a sporting code that attracts so many millions of people, a popular sport, especially to black people, it gets 6.7 million for development. And in the CFO's presentation, he points out to the fact that because they don't have funding on development and junior national teams, they have gone bankrupt to even not be able to pay salaries. My question to the department, or maybe let me bring this to your attention. Let me start with a question. At what age do you consider one eligible to get support for development? I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. When you look at the United States that we see today and marvel about its excellence, whether in movies, arts, sport, they are even willing to give people citizenship. Idris Elba was born in London by parents from Ghana. One parent is from Ghana. The other one is from Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, yes. He is made a big star today because of America taking him from Africa and giving him the support. But as government, we are willing to pay 80 whatever estimated amount for the VAR. We're talking creation of jobs, we're talking skills development, but we're not willing to invest in these important things. Why? What is the reason for that? I mean, who would doubt SAFA in this country? And we know politically that organizations and sporting codes that are more driven by black people, they suffer in terms of sponsorship. I don't think SARU would be facing this similar situation. So there is this lack of appetite to really do things that we want to do politically, so we're just ticking boxes. At what age? The second one is what, let me go to the second question to the department. Now you've given 5 million in advance, and you expect SAFA to pay back this money immediately when you avail the 6.7. What is the rationale to that? Now, what's going to happen to the development? Again, the development that you expected to happen with the 6.7, which is mostly around the development of females' participation. Now you have given them money to pay salaries at the risk of compromising the development of participation of ladies or female athletes. What are you saying? Why are you not spreading this 5 million into 5 years in order to allow that particular process of regaining the confidence, of regaining their business back? Let me go to SAFA. Danny Jordaan, you know this country respects you so much. You are veered in many levels. And I would like to get an honest answer from you. In your gut feeling, do you have a feeling of having overstayed your welcome as the president of SAFA or in the leadership of SAFA? Do you have that feeling? Your response, CEO, with whoever that you were drafting that, the response on malicious attacks, I want to put it to you, and I want you to give me or take me into confidence that that particular draft or that statement that was issued, it smells pink doctoring, because it doesn't address the issues. It just says cheap lies. It doesn't give a person who reads that statement the confidence that, no, these indeed may be conspiracies around members, because maybe members don't want certain people to return back. So you speak in your first paragraph, you state that these are cheap slides and what, but especially on the issue of on the issue of meetings not happening, on the issue of lack of consultation by the president, you immediately say that the meetings that would happen is between the president and vice presidents. And you stipulate that those are unconstitutional because there's no structure like that in the rules or in the constitution of the organization, which then you say that very unconstitutional structure, therefore it represents a soundboard for decisions. I disagree with you. There must be, in the rules, there must be a portion that speaks into the meetings. There are certain meetings that are compulsory when it comes to governance. And you can't replace those by saying the president consults the vice president. Do you regard that as consultation? What is the entire board? What is the quorum of that meeting that can influence decisions, serious decisions? What is the quorum on that? If it is president and 2 vice presidents, is that a quorum that can influence decisions? Is there chaos? President, is there chaos in SAFA? There's no smoke without fire. Why are those who are maliciously saying things about SAFA saying that there's chaos? You say that because of the support for the teams. You haven't been meeting executive, we haven't been having executive meetings. It's in your statement. That's why I'm saying whoever that was drafting that, please reconsider their services. They're not worth paying for. You're saying that you have not held meetings because you are supporting. Your main support goes into teams so that these teams don't miss a particular participation. Now, I want to go back to corporate governance. You spoke about governance, CEO. There are separation of powers in any organization. You have management, you have the board. The management will make recommendations or present requisitions which must be approved by the board. Who approves this if there's no executive meeting held? What process and mechanisms do you have to guard against these particular decisions that you are accused of taking such without consultation. And I would agree. From my point, I would agree. Because if you are saying there's no executive meeting,
Honourable Member.
how do you make decisions that require the approval of the board, the approval of the CFO, this recommendation by the CFO whether that money is available or not? I have a lot of questions, but if the chair feels that this is enough, I would stop there. I would stop there because honestly, it doesn't make sense for me. That statement gives it away. Whatever that you are saying, you are addressing, it gives it away because you are actually indicating the challenges within the organization. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Member. SAFA. Another question to DSEC. Please take us through the statement, the meetings, the correcting issues, whether there's chaos, and whether, President, a direct question to you yourself.
Well, sorry, Chair, maybe the last question, critical question. Do you have a credit card as SAFA? And who is authorized to manage that credit card?
Me.
And how is it approved for the usage?
I have no credit card from SAFA. I use my own credit cards. I have it with me. I can show you a credit card. I don't have a credit card from SAFA. So nobody needs to approve it.
No, I'm asking SAFA if there is a credit card
Okay.
for SAFA.
Then there's a CFO. Do I have a credit card from SAFA?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, SAFA has got credit cards that we use mainly for our teams. So we give them to the team manager if the team is going on camp. That's where we place the money so that the team can meet its requirements, financial requirements. So yes, we have. They are kept in the finance department. When a team goes out, we give it to the team manager. When it comes back, they bring it back with the supporting vouchers for whatever they have spent.
Thank you, President. Daar's 'n direkte vraag. Sien jy nog kans om aan te gaan?
In any position in a democracy, you cannot give yourself a position. You cannot decide when you stay, when you go. That is the responsibility of our 52 regions, and they will take that decision. It's not for me to say I want to be a president. I never said that to them. They will decide when they want and what their decision they want to take. Can I just go back to the lady here who asked about the women? It is a fact that women are underrepresented. What we have decided in the next Congress, we have 52 regions. Every region must have at least one woman. And there's one region that had an entire women delegation. I'm saying at the minimum. So you can have two, you can have three, and one region came with 3 women delegates and no men. This is a position because we have 52 regions, times 3 is 150 women in that Congress. Those who have 3, you will go to 200 women in that Congress. Our Congress is a mess, a big gathering of people. And there's a significant voice of women there. Not only that they are women, they are quality women representatives making their voice loud and clear in the Congress. And you are invited to come to the SAFA Congress and see them. And some of them are trade union leaders. So they are leaders in other fields and not just in football. So I hope that will suffice, but this is an issue that's an ongoing matter, and we will deal with the matter further.
Thank you. There's an interesting question for you, CFO. You have presented the 3 slides for us. Is there chaos if you look at the cash flow problems that you have? Is there chaos in SAFA?
No, there is no chaos. Do we have financial challenges? Yes, as I've explained in detail, but there is no chaos.
Thank you, Honorable Mthetwa. Are you happy? All your questions? Don't ask additional questions. I wrote all down.
The issue of chaos, Chair, it's not relating to the financial report. Generally, if there are no meetings held, what are the reasons for that? Real reasons, because we don't see that money going, funding the development.
Mr. Jordaan, please take us through.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think in terms of how SAFA is structured is that SAFA operates through committees. So number of, I think like the National Assembly, number of work is, or a lot of work is done at the committee level. So the consultation happens through the committees that beside the NEC that will sit, but committees are sitting constantly, whether it's competition, finance, technical, and all of that, because on a daily basis there are issues that need to be dealt with. So the other factor is that for an NEC to sit, you have to fly in people, and you have to have accommodation taking part of that. Now, in light of the challenges that we have as SAFA, you have to then weigh, do you fly in the NEC or do you take Bafana Bafana to Ivory Coast? And I think in the eyes of any South African, they will then want to see Bafana Bafana playing somewhere than having some NEC without Bafana Bafana playing. Then what will happen immediately after committees have been meeting and took certain decisions? And when the NEC sits, the NEC will ratify certain decisions that would have been taken by the NEC, I mean by the committees that are there, because some of these things happen on a daily basis and all of that. So the understanding...
Chair, through you, Chair. I think the Speaker is misleading the House. We have Zoom meetings that allows an NEC to meet. My concern is, you know, that as the Portfolio Committee, we say hashtag we follow the money. I want to see the separation of powers between where you say the CFO says yes, or the CEO says this is what we think we can do, and the CFO goes into his little corner and says, yes, we do have this type of money to be spent on this. And the audit committee goes and it looks at what other issues are there, the risks that are there. And then it then recommends to the board to say, yes, we want to do this, we have checked, the risks are low, we can spend this money, we have this money, and then the board approves. That's what I'm concerned about. How do you get the board to approve without sitting? Or committees, they take decision to spend and then they go ahead and spend without the board approving? Or is it the president and his vice president who approves?
No.
Okay.
No. I think even that is understood out of context, the issue of the vice presidents and all of. But all I'm saying is that is the level in which we were operating. And I know that there are these new models of virtual meetings and all of that. And I don't want to take away from that. But in the context of SAFA, we then agreed that the best way to deal with NEC meetings was to be present in person. That's I think one of the issues. But the issue around vice president, I think it might be taken out of context in this sense. When we come to when we come to the portfolio committee to present, there ought to be a preparation, and then it's not taking away the the powers of the NEC. So I think that is why I'm saying it is out of context, because our issue in dealing with the president and all of that is just a preparation. It's not even taking decisions on behalf of the association. But the NEC is there. We met in early this year, and we are going to meet on the 20th of June as per the circulars that have been out. So we are not undermining the fact that the NEC must take decision. And as I've just indicated, that in between the period, there will be work that is happening, and therefore the NEC will then see whether the decisions that were taken were in the interest of the association and ratify those decisions. Thank you.
Let me make the following ruling. I think the issues about NEC meetings, we have to sit and also make recommendations after this meeting. If SAFA can submit us, with written proof, evidence that meetings has been held among NEC members, I think that is the concern that the honourable member has raised. I'm going to ask Honourable Danny